Hello. Thanks for tuning in and listening. I just want to disclose that this little furry fuzzy friend in front of me is my microphone. It's like a wind shield thing add on to already I love it. It's like this spherical microphone. It's a Snowball, blue Snowball is the brand. It's like blue Snowball. It's very much a snowball. Yeah, so if you're wondering what the heck is that, if it wasn't obvious, because maybe you weren't wondering that, maybe everybody that sees this is like, oh, yeah, that's a microphone. I don't know. I could turn it around and it could have little eyeballs, and it could be just like a toy in front of me. I don't know what people think these days. Like, I could say and do anything, and there's gonna be a response that someone, a perception, and then a thing that I don't know what people think. And is it my business? No, I guess it's not my business, but I like to make it my business. I will be honest. I want to know. I want to know what people are thinking and feeling. And then sometimes I don't want to know. I'm like, wow, that was maybe not what I wanted to hear. I want to know the truth and honesty and stuff. And then sometimes it's like, ow, ooh, I could have been better off without that, without knowing that that's what you think and feel. But alas, I get what I ask for, and I don't always get what I want, but I do always get what I need. And I do like to live by that, or like trust that at least, because sometimes things don't go the way I want them to. And also I trust that there is a bigger plan beyond me and my wants. But there is larger needs at play for a greater thing that I'm a part of. And when I can tap into that and remember that and flow in that, that feels a lot better than gripping on to this or that or what I want, like what I hope and expect. And it's good to have expectations, healthy expectations, but to a degree, right? Not getting too attached to a specific outcome is helpful, I will say. It's not easy, but it can be helpful. This is the first video I've made where I'm not driving during it, so it's interesting because usually I'm like, got my other thing to kind of do while I'm talking, and now I'm just like sitting here, and it's good. It's good that I'm sitting here. I've noticed that lately, the times that I really do check in with myself is while I'm driving in the videos that I make. I can like be cognitive and aware of my thoughts and feelings if I'm not sharing them and I'm just experiencing life, but like verbalizing, expressing them, releasing them definitely is like, oh, whoa, okay, that's in there. And so when I don't do that, I like when I catch up with friends even, and like, I'm like, here, this is what's going on, this is what I'm thinking, feeling. It's like, oh, wow, that was really refreshing and good to like get that out. Ideally, it is nice to connect with an actual person one-on-one than just like, here's whatever to whoever comes across this. But lately it was really nice to share. I had a video that received some comments and I had new subscribers, and it was really cool to know that people out there that have never met me are hearing me and seeing me and appreciate me and verbalize that, and to feel like someone out there is listening that I don't have a direct connection with in this my life, so yeah, that's cool. Well, echo. Yeah, I have a guitar right here, and I could hear my voice going into it. But yeah, so what I was getting at is I've been so busy, buzzing, moving, doing, taking care of things, working, children. Then I sometimes get into a scroll thing at the end of the night, where I'm just like, kind of feel too tired to do anything else. And I'm working on getting better about just maybe doing nothing and decompressing that way. That would be probably healthier for my brain, because I'm like addicted to stimulation and doing. And then when I actually do slow down and sit with my feelings, it's uncomfortable sometimes, because like there's sadness and anger and grief and frustration and confusion and different feelings that come up that I'm avoiding typically when I'm going, doing. And so, yeah, but I've noticed like when I do sit with those feelings and I process them, I acknowledge them, I feel so much better afterwards, that in a way that I wouldn't have been able to reach that had I just pretended those things weren't there and just kept doing and stuff, you know? So, yeah, that's, yeah, so it's good to really feel our feelings, which it's not always easy to get there and access that. You know, I noticed for a while I was like feeling like I needed to cry for days, and then it would start to come up, and then it would just like, something would block it. I don't know why that would happen, but yeah, I was like, I really want to cry. I feel like I need to feel these feelings and go in there, and then it was like, nope, just keep going. But it's good to cry. It's healthy. It's helps regulate the nervous system. So crying is good, and so many of us were taught to shove down our feelings and not to cry, especially little boys. It was more of a programming, but beyond gender, like it was just generally like made people uncomfortable to see someone else feeling feelings. So it was like, whoop, let's distract it, shut it down, make it stop because I'm uncomfortable. So yeah, that's just like a cultural or a larger thing beyond gender. And it depends on every family and little microcosm, you know, there's like, yeah, so, la ba la ba la, yeah. So I came here to try to record myself singing and share a song, but then I was like, in order for me to get a video where I feel like I want to share me singing, it'll take an hour probably of how many takes that I take, because I'm like, I glitch up or I get something wrong. It's like, okay, now I got to do it again. So, yeah, I decided I don't have the time for that, but I do want to share couple new songs eventually. I had a really sweet night the other night. A good friend of mine who's a yoga teacher, invited me, or she did a 4-part series for 4 weeks where she had a different musician, local to St. Louis, share live music during a restorative yoga class. So yeah, it was called like the Heart of Surrender, and it was like the ART part was like, I think but about like, yeah, surrender, deep rest, and receptivity. You know, when we listen to music, we're at a concert, there's so much going on. Usually there's people talking and all the stimuli and things, but to listen to music when you're like in a deep state of being in your body, receptivity, is a really neat way to take in the moment and the music and the person that is sharing their creation. So yeah, I was the last of the 4 to go. And so I played my ukulele, and I played the one song that I have on a guitar, which is, it's only like 4 different notes. But I use it as a backdrop of rhythm and repetition for me to sing my song on top of. Most of my songs, or, you know, with my ukulele, it's very repetitive and simple in the music aspect, so that, because I've just the past couple years have like picked up the ukulele and learned, and I have a lot of words, you know, because I'm a writer. I love words, and then coming into my voice, and so being able to layer the complexities of that over a simple sound in the back. But it was very special to be able to share over a whole hour different songs that I've written, and then just some chords and finger picking, and be a part of people's experience into rest. And there's so much healing that happens when we're in a deep receptive state of rest, and an inward, attuned to our inner world, and also connected to something outside of us. And my lyrics are very explore a lot of different things, and mostly it comes into like balance. Like I try to speak on the different sides of things and try to simplify and minimize, but also there's a lot of complexities too within the things that I write. But yeah, so that was a new thing that was very felt really good, and I got invited back to do it again. So it's I feel like a new chapter of me sharing my voice in the with people in the physical world. I've been making these videos, and I don't have many subscribers. It's not about getting a bunch of views. I think it's been like kind of a challenge for me in ways to just come into my confidence of using my voice and sharing myself. And it's much easier to do from behind a screen than it is in person. But after experiencing this, I realized I'm like, I can do this. Like, I feel like I've been preparing and building up the ability to do this, and finally get to a point where I'm like I'm feeling ready to share myself in these new ways. So, shared my heart, shared my soul, shared my voice, and it felt really good. And and I'm actually about to leave out of town to go to this little festival retreat thingy called Collective Reset, and I'll be sharing a workshop, which I have also never done that. So just 2 nights ago, I did the song Share, and then a few days later, I'm hosting a workshop, and that's going to be about shadow work and play is the title. So exploring what shadow work is, and then adding in the aspect of inner child retrieval, like inner child healing, and so making it like a playful, fun experience while also diving into like the unconscious, subconscious, shadow aspects of self, why they're there, exploring, having some questions, some dialogue, and speaking on some of Carl Jung's work, and just how the shadow can, if we don't look at and integrate these parts of self that have been repressed and denied and looked at as wrong or bad or not supposed to be there, when we push it down and we reject it, it's when it comes up and out without our control often. So, to be accepted and approved by a community or a family or a friend group, we've not had to, but I guess in a way it was a survival mechanism to make ourselves a certain way to be accepted. And so parts of us were obviously not as favorable and appreciated. And so they've been kind of pushed down, and then they end up kind of mutating and can end up taking the reign if we're not conscious and aware of their existence, and we aren't nurturing and holding them with some form of like understanding, compassion, respect. And these parts of ourself are often our inner child coming to try to get our attention, and will block relationships and certain connections and self-sabotage and create complexities in life if we're not giving that part of ourself attention. It's like subconsciously we'll try to protect ourselves through like shutting everything out to end up bringing back into self, where I've learned a lot about like my own inner child through having children and being a mother. And and I still have so much to learn. It's like a integration process. If I can know with my intellect what something is, but the actuality of consistently doing the work and the practice of looking within, looking at my triggers, slowing down, being patient with myself, and being in a witness and an observer without getting so swung into the emotions and the storm of the emotions, which has been a very big challenge for me and still is. So it's like I feel like I'm teaching about something that I'm learning, which feels good because I'm not a master. I don't feel like I'm a master of anything. I'll be doing a little workshop dealio on Sunday. So I feel like this is definitely a big shift. New season, new chapter. It's so funny because I'm talking and I'm seeing like my hair. I'm like, wow, your hair looks it's not looking its best right now. You got some flyaways. Like, maybe I should just let it down. I feel like I instinctively put it back because it's easier and it's out of the way. But I'm like, you know what? It's not looking too bad. I don't know. I don't like the way that you can tell I had braids in because it's like does that thing. I don't know. Maybe I should. Whatever. But I don't wear my hair down much at all because I'm cleaning all day, so I put it back out of my face, and if I do something on the weekends, I'll wear it down, go have fun, let my hair down, But I haven't been having as much of those times. But yeah, I guess this weekend is part of that because I'm going to go out there tonight. My workshop's tomorrow, so I'm going to stay the night. I camp in my van, which is like my favorite thing ever. The seats are out. I put a memory foam mattress topper back there, and I just have my own little world. Rain or shine, it's so nice because I don't have to put up a tent or take one down. I'm excited about that. And I'm feeling good about life and the new, like, me stepping up, coming out into the world. And this is part of that. And I feel like me making these videos has helped make that process easier because it's not easy and it's kind of scary. And I definitely not everyone's going to be supportive and kind. Like, I see all the comments on these videos online of videos that get a bunch of views, and people can be so mean. And like, I know that if I'm putting myself out there, there's a risk for not positive exchanges, and I think I can handle it. I am strong enough, but also, I don't know. I'm a little sensitive. I get my feelings hurt pretty easily. So, but it's okay. Like I said, it's like I'm not making these videos to get a bunch of views. And I mean, ideally, like I want to have a bigger impact and influence, a positive influence as much as I can, which would wouldn't require more views. Because if you even just touch a few lives, that ripples out, So it's like, I guess it's quantity over quality. Or I'd rather have a few people that really listen and care and maybe like are positive, like inspired or impacted positively, than a bunch of people who are mean and don't give a fuck and are judgy or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I can have, well, not both. Maybe I'm not limited, I can think outside the box. The internet's a weird place, and yeah, so. Aloe plant. I feel like I heard something. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up though, because I think my youngest son is getting dropped off soon, and I need to be prepared for that. So, well, he's coming back to the space to get something, but it's a whole, okay, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to know the details of my life, but I'm gonna give them to you anyway, it seems, because that's just what I kind of do. But okay. Well, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go move forward into my experience, and but I just wanted to check in and show up because I have a little bit of time here, little window to actually sit down and share instead of just like driving and sharing, But thanks for listening, and yeah, I hope that you flow forward with confidence and peace and clarity, maybe some happiness, some joy, some authenticity. And authenticity can look like anger and sadness. It's not just rainbows and butterflies out here. It's kind of a fucked up world we're in, and this shit is fucking wild and surreal, and it feels like fucking Twilight Zone scripted weirdness. So stay strong, stay true to you, stay real, and yeah, dropping fears. How about? Yeah. Because people are going to judge no matter what. So showing up real and honest and open and truthful may get you backlash, and everyone may not vibe with it. But the right people will. And that is way more worth it than, hiding or silencing parts of yourself just for acceptance. Because that ain't going to feel good after a certain amount of time. So there's another little thing, show and tell. Some rose quartz for you. Love, 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 love. And aloe, the aloe plant here, loves you. And that's actually one of my songs that I wrote, is sharing all of my little not all of them. I couldn't share all of my plant friends. That would be a song that is hours long. But some of my favorite plants I made into a song. But it opens up with aloe. Aloe, sage, cedar, oak, willow, rose, indigo, echinacea, ginseng, elder, mullein, golden root, horsetail, milkweed, marigold, motherwort, mugwort, wormwood, dreamroot, moonflower, sunflower. And then there's more, but like I said, I'm gonna go because I say I'm gonna go, and it's always like 5 minutes later, sometimes 10, sometimes more. When I say goodbye to people, it's like, okay, bye, and then it's like an hour later. But I'm in the present moment. I'm here now. I also got other here and nows to move forward into. But okay, cool. Well, hey, take care. thanks for listening, and thanks for being you. Thanks for all that you are, all that you do. You're doing it. We don't get told that enough. So if I can tell it to you and remind you that, like, you're fucking doing the things, and this shit is hard and weird and strange and what the fuck. And also, like, peace and beauty and beautiful plants and friends and warm fuzzy feelings in the heart when we love ourselves and our inner child. We play, and we create, and we express, and we explore, and we're authentic. Okay. Peace and love and big hugs. And yeah. Okay.